Urhobowado, Urhobowado, Urhobo ese ni migene ni ovu ikoko jobe mi siagbare. Ya. Mi gwe unye bloware ne ogweta Urhobo ese Ogban Urhobo bloware wana. Ma mole dilorera okowa kweji. No nena. Awe godo sebeke no bocha emegene Kingsley Ubiebi Omaragbon Oyi CONVENER Urhobo Economic and Investment Group. O koku Urhobo kugbe okpoma gbegbe rare na. Odesi kokoko ubu Urhobo sokpo baro iunaki ya je koke. We no nena. Abe se resede are tuta pa ya sansa isi Urhobo to Urhobo sene imo Urhobo viko Urhobo samrigo oyibo sene economic viability sene kidone ya bani evere kasanie wede ne mona sabe takoko kokene onwe oyibo gbe Nigeria na odbo akpa eje je onwe bo na gbe na okajikwe mori o okotia na kame ru awon kokoko sene abese Urhobo ese ru sasa sere iko Urhobo se je lapo dede wono yan yo yan ro ise yapo wede no so onwe yan se lokere iko Urhobo arun yan wa awe ran Urhobo sasa onwe yan se okere onwe yan ibo kere yo ke na ye sabe eliemu ini aba eliemu awa ayi ni mo ara pe sikuru je wa so ke na mana iwe na gbe ro na ofone numero fone nubuko Urhobo le ese ru sene Urhobo sokpo baro okelere megodo ko mu ni na besese ne awon yan ma ko onu nere oni ovoro ko soro king ina podia imi video megodo ko na gbe na akiro wakobecha choyowa wonene uro nwana abaji se omi agwavore oyo novi school de river abalaka isi Delta State University omiragwa Moses Dara ko te kareta bu pare ikwe Urhobo owo ta kota ne awon ikwe Urhobo one onwe awe nwi oke awon ero kabari igbo upe bere imidaka ko iyeri ekwe ibefiera eni agbobure kabari igbo oke awon je wo de jina so ke na bana iso ana keri na gbogbo ajiri igo okiko woke ireride bofinoko ma rovo ye ko ise ope bere na iwo so pe bere na koko na ke wa pe bere to ye epona agbe kero kire ewo ngbopa oye ki uri pa ekipe edieso iko sa keji obo ya pona je dinada ko we de noso adare swedina wo de ruedina wakamle Iran furoyi wakamle Sani bi furoyi waje kamri bi ewo rori ewo roja una kanka una sasa akerimle ofigbo na de a share woju wo ran fana evla poje vu eti na ni jobi na ni ran wole irere ide sasa ro bo firi noko aworu ke awo wigocha jamari ko Urhobo on the kiawari no baba eru ka eso wa inu na okerere mego na area nwa abiyo na ewere abubu putuku abesi Urhobo to Urhobo le echagwe ekake iku Urhobo igwo ye onyan ibo ra ero e abubu na de ruaye igwo ka iri ede na tire ifo ke eru area kpona ebiroba agbebiroba so abuto Urhobo yo kisho veri iku Urhobo da so ba Urhobo na ri oru imize na sasa mekpenoko ajedachi Nigeria but kpona e blind ore abegono fuere Urhobo le se Urhobo o sa gwigore de wona onwe argument gbe ro but we se school motor the school or we se school de we no abo or we an wo seru o sa gwigore o yo bora ka takpa bona jawa ko ta na won yan yo anya na emolegboro ko fu se cherere yes anya na egene na Kingsley Ubiebi oye gono to takpa re obesa gwigore ekoto Urhobo di delta fi Nigeria but ekebovu I conversation ariebio woda jomo Urhobo wode nuge nana yoje nie na enfa jero yi se Urhobo o sa gwigore Urhobo yo sha bigo woke data tete okuna o sa ta bi conversation na ede ikina do umena do mara of odije Kingsley of koko je koko oyo wo ro ko ri pa yodo ji no so obeso na ava sani no na yoto se na ege na yeto takpare obesi Urhobo ekoto Urhobo ogwigore kona wode no so Urhobo ava na Urhobo fole e mara wa bubu pisikuru riderire e mo wa bubu yiniro nure but I'm no wan ya okoti na wakamlege na Urhobo bubu ebojo kada odo bebere ro e eboji keke odo bebere je awon ero reseru putuku era awon ero reseru putuku oye so ra wa tai never no na abego no semege na resene ore tuta ore foko bole eseru ogbe college nice one Ogban Urhobo yewe wo ko becha biko wode nuge na dabe wo share link na sene ko faje sa ma obe obora wa retina na dabe wo share comment section na sene owo de irore ikweji gba ni oyawo irore je ewo yera pona okay awon na irore abeje ka obo chunuso asa okenawana in Nigeria na awa okenawana era bobu shecho jakasa kere government ovu ko esoro awo se gboja na no na aka tuta pa ogbe si Urhobo to Urhobo o sa we igo wori o sa bigo wo ke imo Urhobo o sa bigo wo ke iko Urhobo se na ai ti ra po gbre na unwe bigo wa o ma were de furo yi unwe bigo wa o ma were be sa de furo yi ede na tire abacho go no we na wota na àwọn Urhobo le won ava salide oji company in Nigeria oji company private because da be sene ada iro da ero wasa oda won na wo toro mo Urhobo aje sare yo kede oda sa won bula jo da fefe go de kluwe wo jo da fere wo bi go ke wo gbere kede okoro won ma o ke sewe okoro won pe o ke sewe but oda won ava sa wo de siko were I didn't know where Vasana, I just was a kai, Mako very wishy. What I should have Urhobo, or honorable where you be school anyway, or can we want you know your love school or dinner? Vamare, I beg you go wait in a cocky sene. Saw of Urhobo, Vimira Urhobo, where me get Urhobo, regional code Casacasa, and we have a company, or I should be company by a stars idea. I did we according to. And then the children, what's up a choco, but then walk on your ta. Esara iri de gene dawe very Urhobo po ba but e kai ko aje de yo awon we have company really bubura ID company na se o so wo de pe agbara to no na wa ki am lo sele e company o so awon ro papo erewo super brew agbara to ibru okay na won we na e ma agbara to e won ati ikwe offer I cheti da won ya maka copy na jioto kena jikwe mama je wunya na ya ji nweti po bo are o je agbara to jo rievre na ere bo be go na kona what are the more robo ada wo kecha kewe biko dabe wo ni memo ko sa wo kecha we memo ko sa ese oyobiri what are memo ko sa ese robo kise ko baro what are the more robo ada iru o kewe what are iru na wo moko ka be do ko na ko ka sa abri go iru wo ki kofa what are the more robo ede jijere kewe ya wo yo ni ro ameka wi go no we atweki wo iru wo wile na ba atwo yo we anya we omigi ni go ba ka be do ko na ko go na dam no ko fa ko je ka ko to yi what they plan tire akawiro ogo akaru na akawa ma hora o wori iru na obi o serious aka na fu mi okona wo o ka choye adam mi kofa obe ka sabe wo obe ka ro o ke chawo o taye bo se mege na kere me gono we na wo pebe o sa mare ro dawe mama wo ke mo rurubo mo ke mo agbon onorogu Peter Igo oke obo re office re National Lottery Regulation Commission omori ko ke iru asokenewa na eme orobo ebu anwu asokenewa na ede na chire biko megwono se umuta na re omi agwa jo iharisha yomata na ona oh good wonene ota na gba igaga ogana bi ko omi agwa wode no to orobo na so obi company oyibo move of to orobo le se NNPC na evu adam le double RPC adajemle Nigerian Gas enwe na ajemle company fa kiri ami share jobina gbogbo na ka wa wori fe to orobo yi mo orobo mru ya but na vokore bia devia mo na wa esa wa evitu iso wa egbebu kairi mu abesi deveri o kaina wode ka tu won votari emro voto e ko to orobo sasa ka horun we wode kere company voto orobo ka horun we ke o kana wo hon aye bobi company akwa no to orobo re ka esoro mo me no gana ona na we fie na ada we fie for kide na wa onwe awa mo we kwe but won na for asejo na oju fie to orobo e sabe o fie na so o mira gwa jo hari sajo ma ona we dawe se na awo dobore ilevi idebe ji voto orobo kide idebe na ogbogun orobo ko to e company bu le evumi ole kwa to orobo na adoba awan oru ya ru aja ya ru re awakwa ni o to orobo Port Harcourt na eme Port Harcourt na anu nwe abe e government Port Harcourt am ni go mi avi tasi we de ko de ogwe itazi ofi Port Harcourt wa ka mri ko mbo wa de ko chweki wa ka mri kichowo wa de bo je mo cheresa wa ka mri cheresa kede e company ibo sasa bu ebu evovore putuko e company private company bobu evovore putuko kide gwa na dijobere ifo ki o segeri devere mara mare mu panyo bi ojoro na gano e wo jeje ba so o tana na rumi agwa na tana o berere biko ona ba tete na akpo na jobi nyo i government nyo i house of reps aba jobi anyo senator aba obarisi o magege onyo i governor orobo kan re gba gara biko wa ji won na wiro sene kinu na ya oye ve to kuku awo sobone otare idevi of orobo oyobiri idevena ogwogurobo idevena ogwoge kran phone robo mujabiyo manki foki devena maniki NPC worry maniki WRPC je wan worry manki share je am share benjo be ke je ro ji company fa je we o swipe worry urubo aba na aba bi won yibo si raw materials gbegbo putuku but in copy no phone I job to robo mine ya job na aja ni we to robo for kele ideve igbelaja seremu igbelaja seremu ngokobiro mi yewu Ogban robo yeruwe biko otara omi agwa kwota na enomu wada am lota fa was ababiyo because you ababiyo wo kon lota ona na omi agwa na tai na abe ke si obi uto abe ka tuta paro kerepe avec somi agwanare atuta pa kerepe kede wole kini no so ideve na goga seji woda doto wode ka tun bo we and ideve wode ka ti company ideve ke an won ideve ke orere mi ke povo pe me kare won ke kwa kwive wo ke e company na bo na kwale o to orbo na ada ba lo jare ajo bi lo jare o so ka mlo me ge no bo ku ni won to ni school no school, they want on the school, but I don't know how, but you I can book Ogban being I can know we are now, Gigona, if we are Gini the Brady Salavini idea. Upawa, I've been having a Kaya Margaret, oh, and I better know what I'm no more, but make a little wash, I kill you go. What a book by being or your own way, move your mom. Go on, no cock before. Or never mark Bowre, could you write and then the government is Jenny, I get down about and when I bet you wrong where your time. Ekino why government. Could I have wrong where I be your government car because I write of war. Urobona Umura that Montanyaveri. I have what bear catapult worker. O Kamura Dareka Yaverina. On the Kamura Dare, or can any quaffa reinvest the vote of Urubu. Because we say what majority investment in a Okwe Bodari or that company, the company will job what horrible. Acadium horrible. When I buy raw materials here, it will job. But I know of what up the whole belupa, you walk ed. What that's with dinner. It's about no casona. I can Sadi be for you. I can ibi if ibi now the chere I can load ibi. Where the chere would over answer? I can load you for you. SCPK Pankane oye. Whether the chile a black boy. About I do before I have in India. A black bona. You saw an alpha. And then the chile. Often bona dena. Other G's a banner and watch a moon. It is a bear in which you know. A Jonas alpha bubu. Offer Joe a yaga. What I'm with the and I said, yaga. And I. You around occasionally we could catch women. Or this be the world where a world where he linter. Or is world where you can cripple as a canavana. Bubuana. For kidding oh me, I'm gonna hear you could Jari or a senate at Utaino Nabi. Ocha. So, Wakobacha.
Wado. Only when Wado,
Robo.
Robo, Urobo, Ekpakume Migwo, Wabiko, Robo Avaina, Urobo, Wado.
Wakobacha. I can because Joba Kurobo. So the way as I want to vote the world where can walk about Rabana because Joba Kurobo.
Okay, because Robo Wabiko, our Mikajo Ibo, Wabiko, because Tana outside economics, Wabiko. My name is Kingsley. I'm also Ubiebi. I'm from Eku, Ogban Kingdom. By the special grace of God, I'm the privileged convener of the URHOBO Economic and Investment Group. Thank you very much. Also, I'm an academic, a lecturer with the Department of Political Science, Delta State University, Abraka. Wado?
Wakobacha, Uboba, Worucho, Abeta Verine, Amenian on Ogutaro is Ogban Rubu. But I can't bafu, Kavadari, Jurubo, Quato, Takananyoro, Dokirota Fabu. So I beg you waiting never. So brother, you're welcome. If you don't do anything wrong, you're welcome. Now, today's business, and of course you're aware of it already. You are talking about the encouraging small-scale industries as a panacea for developing URHOBO economic viability. So first and foremost, please, can you tell us what you think we have in URHOBO Nation that can be developed as in a raw materials for industrial use in URHOBO Nation?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. URHOBO Nation is richly blessed with countless natural and human resources. Hello?
Go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay.
I say, can you kindly tell us?
Okay, sorry for the break in transmission.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, very well, very well. No,
okay.
I said, can you tell us the raw materials that are as in what we have in Roboland and raw materials for industrial use?
Okay, we have rubber. We have rubber, which is also known as plantation. We have cassava in Roboland. We also have even sand. We have sand in Roboland. We have timber in Roboland. And the same Roboland too, we also have communities whereby we can plant rice, the same rice that we are running at Asketa to other states now. We have areas where we can also raise rice. So we have a fertile soil there in Roboland too. Then we also have oil. We have oil in Roboland in a very large quantity in Roboland. And so many others, too numerous to mention.
Yes. In addendum, I also know that our soil is very fertile for the cultivation of oil palm, which is actually raw material for making soap and other industries. Now, sir, let's go into the business of the day. What do you think we should do to harness these potentials, to create this enabling environment to support small-scale industries in Roboland? What should we do?
Yes, thank you very much for that powerful question. In Roboland today, the countless resources that I mentioned a few minutes ago, they are already being annexed. But I must tell you the simple truth that they are under our necks. So it called for full support to those small-scale industries, those people in the business already, for us to support them and give them the appropriate support for them to move from the level that they have today to the next level in a very large quantity. For example, now in our small-scale industries, there's no need for us to measure it again because few minutes back we measured it to our audience. For us to support and also make these resources to harness it to the fullness, one, those people that are already in the business, they need encouragement. They need encouragement, not just encouragement in a math picks or academic exercise math picks, but encouragement in a real fact for them to move to the next level. For example, now they are crying for capital because there's a survey, a research survey that I did, and I discovered that majority of them in this business, they are very much in paucity of funding. So they need funds. So one, they need loan. And for you to give them loan, the loan that we are clamoring for them to move from this particular level that they have to the next level is a 0% loan. A 0% loan. And the loan will also serve like a grant to them. Some people will ask, where will you get the fund for you to give this particular entrepreneurs that are into small scale industries? Where will you generate the fund from? If I should recall the house, during the second wave of the pandemic, as you are very much aware now, and the third wave already, the central bank, they does out a lot of initiatives to empower farmers and even those people in small scale industries. They gave us some kind of grants. Prior to that time, the grant was very much open to everybody that this particular loan, after a particular 2 years or so, the particular grant will be paid in some percentage. But as I speak with you today, there's an embargo to that effect. That means at the later, those people that benefited from it, they might not even pay back to the federal government, just like what is happening in the developed world. They call it loan, but it's not just means a grant, and it's for free of charge. So in Roboland, we can also support those people in the business. And how are we going to support them? Give them this loan, and you just call it loan for them to see seriousness on it. But the loan will be a 0%, talking about the payback percentage. There will be no percentage tied to it at all. There'll be no percentage. That will encourage them. That's one, through loan. Two, they need power. They need power. For any business to develop, I've carried out a survey across the world. Power is a pivotal element for any business to thrive. Without power, is it a show that definitely no business, even if you have the capital for you to drive this particular business, if you don't have power to drive it to the next level, you are doomed to fail. And after collecting this loan, I'm now making reference to the loan that I said earlier on, the loan from bank with a kind of percentage, like 6-10% payback and what have you. If you collect this loan that will run maybe per annum or quarterly, if you don't have power, most especially those ones in the small scale industries, that they need power to drive their business to the next level, they are bound to be indebted and they'll be arrested and persecuted because the terms of agreement, they are not able to meet up with it. So power is a pivotal facility, a pivotal element that we have to put into consideration. Name it, any business that you are talking about today in URHOBO land, any of our resources in URHOBO land, power is very necessary to drive it to the next level. You want to tell me about farming that, oh, they can go to the market, they can go to their farm after talking about harvesting. Fine. Yes, for them to really drive it to the next level, talking about agriculture, mechanized agriculture precisely now. If, for example, you've harvested Gary and you want to drive the process to the next level so you can generate more income for your business, you need power to even run it, and then you need a machine. And if you want to go in the other local way, that means more timing will slow down your business. So power is a pivotal facility, a pivotal tool for you to drive this business to the next level. Thirdly, security. Security is a very pivotal business, talking about harnessing these economic potentials and unlocking investment possibility that we have in URHOBO land. Without security, no business will thrive. URHOBO nation now is one of the particular nation that is suffering from insecurity to date. Fine, we have a food crisis across the world, but Nigeria is really feeling the heat, and even our nation too, we are feeling the heat as well. Our farmers, they can no longer go to the farm again because the Boko Haram, X-Men, and what have you, they are terrorizing our farms, our farmlands. So they need security to drive this business to the next level. Security is a pivotal business. Aside those ones that are even in farming, even those ones that have economic hubs, those ones that have industries, without security, their goods are bound to fail too, because if after investing a lot of capital into business, at the end of the day, somebody just comes to boggle the investment, that business is about to what? Fail as well. So they need capital and they need security. I beg your pardon. So another one again, another critical issue is this: capacity building. Capacity building. Small scale industries in URHOBO land, most especially special reference to those entrepreneurs that are into the business today. Majority of them, they are doing well, but they need to double up their efforts. And for them to double up their efforts, they have to key into the new normal. In this new normal, special reference to investments, we have different and 21st century facilities now on board. Some of our entrepreneurs, they are not used to it. So we need what they call train-the-trainer, capacity building. We can as well give it for free. For example, like the URHOBO Economic and Investment Group, we have professionals on board. Though we are collaborating with other groups in URHOBO land, we can bring the human resources, we can bring the manpower to train them on contemporary skills for them to move their business to the next level. Fine, what they are dealing on now at the moment is good, but for them to move to the next level and do it better off, they have to key into the new trend. Get current facility. Involve yourself and collaborate with other people that are into the business, other people that are into this business. Because in the matter of business, matter of investment, matter of natural resources, you need collaboration. Collaboration in the sense that your network is your network. Your network is your network. If you have a very good network, you are bound to liaise. You liaise with other partners that are into that kind of business that you are running per se. So they need capacity words, training for them to move forward. Those are few things I have to share for now. I'll revert back with other better ones and more fruitful ones as the conversation moves to the next level. Thank you very much.
Yes, you have done so much, and before we actually go to the next question, because there's something on the screen for you. Just please, there is a comment on the screen for you to see. You will respond to it. But before then, our brother here, Kingsley Baby, said our entrepreneurs or our upcoming entrepreneurs need access to loans or grants. Of course, I agree with him, because without funding, without finance, no business can thrive anywhere in the world. So indeed, and to lend my voice to it, please, we have notable Urhobo men and women. Please let's lend our younger ones, let's lend our youth, let's lend our people who are ready to be entrepreneur. Let's lend them financial assistance so that going forward they will be, one, useful to themselves, two, useful to the community, and three, they too will not be employers of labor. And before you know it, the high demand of employment on a white collar job will be reduced. That's one. And two, he talked about power. This is actually one of the reasons why we are where we are today as a people in Urhobo land, vis-a-vis Delta State and Nigeria. And we are using this opportunity to appeal to the federal government, the state government, our political leaders, and even our leaders of thought. Let them help to electrify Urhobo nation, because when there is power, the peasants, those that are into tailoring, welding, and barbing and all that, they'll be very busy, and the money will be coming easily. But if there's no power, they may not even have the money to go and buy a generator, let alone servicing and maintaining that generator. And even if they do, many of the services will be very expensive. So we are using the opportunity to call our people to help from this angle. Now, security is a global malady, we know, but we also have a role to play. It is funny when a young man and Urhobo person will strive to establish a business, and before you go there the next morning, they've bundled they've broken into your business, they've carted away with all your properties. It's painful. And also, because of insecurity too, nightlife is dead in Urhobo land. If there is security and there's nightlife, I bet you our economic in Urhobo land will be very viable. Those of us who travel a lot, if you go to some places, even at night, you think it is day because there is business going on at any time. If you go to Lagos, some part of Lagos is like morning. In fact, some persons will hustle over the night. Then at daytime, they'll be sleeping. This is because they have nightlife that are kind of support economic activity at night. And this is achievable because there's security in place. Now, the capacity building, I think, is a good one. But there is one thing, Mr. Ubiebi, before you go, I drew your attention to the comment of our brother Umira Gwajo, Iharisi Ayuma, on the screen. You see, there are some persons who actually, there are some investors who would have loved to invest in Urhobo land. But there is this development levies that our youth, our people, some of our leaders have put in place that disrupt the economic viability of our people. We all know why Chevron left Warri Urhobo land. We know why many oil companies left. And also, as an Urhobo man, if you want to invest, as you are building your industry, our youth will come and tell you to pay dede. What do you think? What do you have to say about that, Mr. Kingsley Ubiebi?
Okay, thank you very much, my host. The issue of dede I must confess to you that it's not only worrisome, it's a Boko Haram on its own. The issue of Deve in Urhobo land is not only worrisome, it's not only disturbing, it's not only scaring investors from Urhobo land, it's a Boko Haram on its own in Urhobo nation. The Deve issue is an issue that will continue to sensitize our people. We will continue to preach the gospel. We will continue to enlighten them. Enlightenment is very key in this whole process. Some of our people are not aware that there is a law. There is a law in Delta States that places a ban to Deve called public-private law. So I cannot really lay my hand on the exact section of that law. But there's an already established law that front against Deve in Urhobo land. Deve issue is an issue that is highly politicized. I want to be very much plain with you in this issue of Deve. Over and over and over again, if I should recall the house, at the first edition of the Urhobo Economic and Investment Summit, the issue of Deve was discussed. At the second edition of Urhobo Economic and Investment Summit, the issue of Deve was discussed. At the third edition of Urhobo Economic and Investment Summit, the issue of Deve was also what? Discussed. And thus far, it was not just discussed and we just put our hands there. As a group, as one of the pioneer group, the brain behind the Urhobo Economic and Investment Summit that we have in Urhobo land today. Immediately after the second edition of Urhobo Economic and Investment Summit, the steering team of Urhobo Economic and Investment Group, we took the bull by the horn based on the resolution that was reached at the summit. And we took that resolution, we now paid a walking visit to the retired Chief Judge of Delta State, talking about Justice Marshall. What exactly was our plea? Our plea was very simple. Our Lordship, over and over and over again, the issue of Deve is not only disturbing our small-scale industries, is standing as a serious pandemic, Boko Haram to Urhobo nation. Boko Haram, Deve is a Boko Haram to Urhobo nation. Just like the way the Nigeria state today, they are putting everything in place, doing all the machinery in place for them to wipe off Boko Haram. That's how we from the Urhobo nation, all stakeholders, this one we should not just restrict it to just government, all stakeholders in place, all stakeholders in quotes. We should see this Deve issue as a burning issue that is carrying investors, already established investors, proposed investors. And it will also interest you to know that the Deve issue is not only scaring those people that are coming to Urhobo land to invest. The Deve issue is also scaring those people that plan to reside with us as brothers and sisters to erect their own building in Urhobo land. Deve issue is also scaring them away. Because if, for example, we have a stranger today that is developing an area, erecting a building, in short, take it to the bank. That particular building is bound to raise a short-term job for our people. A short-term job for our people. But by the time you now come with the issue of countless taxation, the DEVE issue, they've, in another way around, rebranded the DEVE issue to be taxation from government. All the taxation, they are multiplicity taxation that are coming from one same head. The federal government will come, the state government will come, and the local government will come. All in one particular word, DEVE head. In quotes, taxation. So please, our solution today, back to our visit to the retired Chief Judge, Justice Marshall. We pleaded that, please, sir, there is a standing law made by Delta State government for the prosecution of those people that will harass investors and even those people that will develop our areas in Delta State. We are pleading to use your good office as a stakeholder in URHOBO land to see if there is any way that you can help us implement this particular law, not just in URHOBO land, but in Delta State. So I will not be sentimental. Special reference to our brothers and sisters from other ethnic groups, because we believe in one Delta. After a 30-minute walking visit, our retired Chief Judge commended our efforts, and he promised us then that going forward, he will do everything possible within his power to establish a mobile court. Establish what? A mobile court across the 24 kingdoms of URHOBO land, and also other areas of Delta states, to checkmate it and to reduce it to the barest minimum. Because take it to the bank, the issue of DEVE is not what will just eradicate overnight. It's a gradual process. The best we can do at the moment is for us to reduce it to the barest minimum, so that we'll create the enabling environment for investors for them to thrive. That was the promise then, and we appreciated his efforts. He said he will hold a meeting with His Excellency and other key stakeholders, and he will revert back. That was then, and we are still waiting. Also, it will interest you to know this, that the DEVE issue, so many stakeholders are involved in the DEVE issue in URHOBO land. So many stakeholders are involved in the DEVE issue. Some of the boys that harass investors, they don't just harass investors because they don't have any work to do. They harass investors based on the backbone that they have. Some of them have appointment letter. Some of them are given targets to meet on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis. Some of them are contractors. They have timeline of their engagement. I don't want to go deep into this, but I must tell you the simple truth. For us to tackle this DEVE issue, we must come up with a blueprint, a workable blueprint, not just a mere academic exercise. A workable blueprint that will tackle it from the grassroots to the top. And everybody must be involved in a business to eradicate the DEVE issue from the URHOBO land. Leaving it alone to governments, I must tell you the simple truth, it's not just possible. We must start from the area of the President Generals. DOVs, our youth presidents. Yes, some of them will tell you that, oh, these DEVE issues are only means of sustenance. We don't have any business, we don't have any job, we don't have anything. This one is like our payback after we've worked to deliver our party. But I want to tell you this. We can refine the issue of DEVE in a very classified and well-established manner that everybody will be proud of it, that, oh, we are collecting DEVE, and this is what you collected the DEVE for, and this is what the DEVE will be used for, so that everybody will be settled at the end of the day. So please, I want to rest my case to tell you that the issue of this DEVE is work in progress. We are still talking to stakeholders. We are still preaching the gospel. We are still sensitizing our people. The advocacy is still ongoing. I want to call on other stakeholders, in quotes, everybody, not just one person, because DEVE issue is our own issue. DEVE business, our own business. If you want investors to thrive in URHOBO land, we must tackle the issue of DEVE. If you want established investors, earlier on, our speaker today, he made special reference about the Chevron, the share. We are still preaching. I'm very much aware that the government is still preaching. They are still lobbying. They are still appealing to all those oil multinationals that left Niger Delta, not just URHOBO land, for them to come back, that the environment is conducive for them now. But please and please and please, for these investors, multinationals to come back, we must prove to them that we are ready for business. Because you cannot imagine, after investing millions of dollars into business, at the end of the day, I will now start paying millions of DEVE to different faces, and the same DEVE that is tied to one head is a total waste of time. So please, special reference and special appeal to the parent body of URHOBO land, UPU. Investors are leaving URHOBO land today. I want to thank our distinguished President General of URHOBO Progress Union, Ologun Moses Tiger, for his good work that he's doing. Ologun, keep it up, but you can still double the efforts. I thank you for collaborating with other groups. Please, the DEVE issue is a serious issue, it's a bone in our neck. We are clamoring for good things to come to URHOBO land, but without DEVE, we cannot move forward. Thank you very much.
My brother, I can't thank you enough. You've done so much justice to the subject matter. But we have the opinion of Ubiebi Seremu. It's on the screen already. Please, I want you to read it, and what's your opinion about it?
Yes, the opinion about it, according to Ubiebi Seremu, he said, when we engage our youth meaningfully through strategic human capital development, we focus on our industrial needs in communities in URHOBO land, the issue of development levies will be a thing of the past, because our youth will choose to work in industry rather to be on the street looking for where to get development levy. Fantastic. My partner in progress, a brother that is doing very well at event. Thank you very much for this. Yes, I must say the simple truth. Industrialization is key. Industrialization is key. Yes, prior to this time, when Shell was still in Warri, when other fantastic multinational companies were still in Warri, the issue of DEVE played out. The issue of DEVE played out, but not in this percentage, not in this manner. I share the same opinion with you, because what you just captured, industrialization, is our next the theme of our 4th URHOBO Economic and Investment Summit coming up in November. That is the theme. We're looking at industrialization. I share your opinion. We are calling on URHOBO stakeholders, both home and in diaspora. There's need for us to revive our dying industries and those ones that are already gone into extinction. There's need for us to revive it to engage our youths. And also, encourage those that are already in this business. Some of them have this business, they don't have fund to drive. Everything still fall back to my earlier suggestions that they need loans and grants for them to drive their business to a state of El Dorado. So I share the same opinion with you. We need industries in URHOBO land. No two ways about it. We need industries in URHOBO land. Fresh industries. We need to revive the dying industries. And we need to do what? Revamp the industries that have gone into extinction. With this, we can reduce the issue of debe to the barest minimum. Thank you.
Yes, I also share in his opinion, but I disagree to some extent. This is because if you say because there are no industries in URHOBO land and you keep encouraging debe, it will keep chasing our prospective investors away, and we will remain where we are today. And who is going to buy the ground? It is you and I that are from URHOBO nation. And I have an opinion, or I don't know how to express it. Our political leaders, some of them that has good mind, they want to empower their followers and they buy them cars. And some of these people that are the beneficiaries don't have viable financial foundation that can support their living first. Some don't even have houses they live. Some battle to pay their rent. Some battle to feed. Now, when a political leader buys a car for such person, of course, you know, the person's problem is multiplied. And I want to suggest that rather than buying followers cars and they cannot maintain them, it is good for them to invest this money for them. And this investment may not be them giving them the money. They could send them to training like you suggested, you know. Yes, let them learn trade, you know, and after that, if you still have the money to throw, you can buy them equipment. If you don't, by God's grace, another person may just come and buy them equipment. Before you know it, the person will be doing well, because if such person drive that car for a year and sell it, or the car has an accident and is packed off, you have done nothing to that person. You've not helped that person. So I want to use this opportunity to call our political leaders, our leaders of thoughts, our opinion leaders, who may, out of their own volition, want to contribute to the development of people following them, or to any youth out there, to buy them cars, that instead of buying them cars, they should jar this money into something differently. We've been discussing with Mr. Kingsley Ubiebi, the convener of URHOBO Economic and Investment Summit. He has been doing so much, trying to expose the economic prowess we have in URHOBO land, the potential economic prowess we have in URHOBO land. And by the time we truly harness the potentials, URHOBO nation will be like Dubai. And that's our dream. In fact, we'll surpass Dubai. Before you go, do you think, yes, there is unemployment, yes, there's lack of funds, yes, there is a lack of power, but don't you think as youth especially, we also have our own role to play to achieving these our desired dreams of having URHOBO nation that is industrialized?
Please, I beg your pardon.
Do you think the youth, don't they have a role to play for us to actualize this industrialized URHOBO nation?
Yes, thank you very much. That's a very wonderful question. I must tell you the simple truth. Just like the saying that a Rome was not built in a day. For us to move to our permanent sites and for us to move to the next level, we are all youths. We have our own roles to play, major roles to play. For us to change this narrative, And for our stakeholders, our leaders, the elites, for them to see us as serious-minded people that are ready to take over the mantle of leadership, and at the same time, change the narrative talking about industrialization and empowerment of the youth. We must show capacity. We must show capacity. Capacity in the sense that there's no man or no woman that is ready to invest his or her money into nothing. Nobody is ready to invest his or her money into nothing. You know there's nothing in that particular bin and you want to invest your money. It's an exercise in futility. So please, I'm using this medium to call on our youth. There's no two ways about it. Capacity building is key. We all need skill to move to the next level. For us to take over this next level, and for us to be the captain of industry that we dream of, we must have something upstairs to drive the process. School is good, but skill is better. School, education, very good, but skill is better. Special reference to your hands work. So as youths, we must show capacity. We must have the skill. If I want to hand over my business to you, if I want you to manage my business to you, everything is going to drive to the next level of your competency. What do you have to offer? If I'm not looking at your CV today, I want to see what you've done before. That will give me the assurance, the rest of mind for me to go to the bed with my two eyes closed, that my money is safe with you. I share the same opinion of Mr. Speaker, my host today, that instead of buying a very good car to any youth, gather that sum of money and invest in that particular youth's life. Tomorrow will be history. And posterity will judge you right, that you invested so funds into this person's life. And this person is either the person moved to the next level or the person was stagnant due to his own incompetency. So for you to buy a car is good, but business is better. Except you are buying car as a gift to an already established person or strictly to the person's needs. Already established person or strictly to the person's need, scale of preference. There are some persons that are already doing well in business, and the only way they want to move forward is for them to, they are looking for mobility for them to take their goods to their customers, so they need mobility. You can buy them car, you can buy them a truck, a mini truck or mini keke truck. That will go a long way. But buying a car to someone that is not doing anything, a graduate that is looking for a job, or someone that does not have handwork, I bet you, is an exercise in futility. It's a complete waste of your hard-earned funds. So I want to rest my case and put it to you today that for us to move to the next level, for the youth to take over this mantle of leadership, we need capacity. We need competency. Capacity without competency is a complete waste of time. So with this our capacity, anybody that wants to give us a mantle of leadership or that wants us to manage this our businesses, they have the trust that with you as a youth, they can go to bed with their two eyes closed and their money is safe. Thank you very much.
We need capacity to distinguish ourselves. Certificate is good, but certificate is better. With this, we want to come to the close of today's program. But before we go, we want to appreciate you, Mr. Kingsley Ubiebi, for coming to do justice to this fantastic topic. We also want to appeal to you that we hope to bring you on board again and again and again when there are issues for us to discuss. We'll be very glad if you oblige us. And we also want to appreciate you especially for the job you've been doing in URHOBO Economic and Investment Group. It's not really easy. URHOBO would say, what it means is that when one person cooks, it won't be enough to serve the public. But when the public cooks, one person cannot finish it. As it is, you are not just a leader in URHOBO land, but also a mentor, because your views is changing the mindset of so many persons. Of course, that's the reason we brought you here, for you to speak to us today about the potentials we have in URHOBO land and how we can develop them. Thank you so much. May God bless you, my brother.
Hello. Hello. Sorry.
Okay. You have it.
Sorry. Something escaped me, but I just remembered now. I want to use this medium to inform the general public, those people that are watching us today, that the URHOBO Innovation Hub, that is based at Michael and Cecilia Hebrew University. We are organizing a median edition of URHOBO Tech Summer Boot Camp. It's open to everybody. With a special, with the power vested on me by the team members, we are giving Ogban URHOBO as a body. We are giving Ogban URHOBO 5 slots for free. 5 slots for free. And the event is kicking off on Monday, the August 16th, to Wednesday, August 18th. It's holding at Michael and Cecilia Hebrew University at Baroto. It's open to everybody. Participants are free. Yeah, you can come for free. We are giving Ogban URHOBO this slot, and it's open to all URHOBOs. And even if you are not URHOBO, because we believe in one data, we can as well, for this first edition, train you for free as well. It's really going to be an interesting section. It will hold from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. By the grace of God, we are bringing speakers of high quality, not just speakers, tutors with first-hand information, first-hand grades that are well known, both local and international. Thank you very much.
We cannot thank you enough. We actually thought that we are thanking you for coming to the platform tonight to digest this topic. And from there, you've given us an opportunity to grace your program. We thank you so much. We thank you so much. I also want to use this opportunity to appeal to our leaders, our brothers and sisters, to support this noble call, championed by URHOBO Investment and URHOBO Economic and Investment Group. Like I was saying, they've been doing so much. They've espoused the potentials we have in the URHOBO nation to make ourselves self-reliant. And also, URHOBO Economic and Investment Group has brought so many URHOBO people to the platform where they share their different views. Yes, and I've witnessed 2 of it. We thank you so much. We appreciate you. We pray that may God give you more grace, more enablement, more finances to do more. So at the end of the day, together, we'll be very happy that we've achieved the URHOBO of our dream. Thank you and good night.
Ekpo baro URHOBO.
Ekpo baro.
Wado.
Yeah, thank you so much for those who have been watching. Thank you for those that have commented. Thank you for those that have liked. Thanks to those that have shared it. Ogbe Collins, we appreciate you. You said nice one. Timothy Kere, URHOBO must take her place. Yes, URHOBO must take her place, but we will not take our place when we are sitting down and folding our hands. No, we must do something to take our place. I was once told that if you do the same thing the same way and expect a different result, that means you are sick. If we must take our place, that means we must also do something very different, and that is the very truth. We are appreciating our elder brother Umira Joe Harisi Ayoma, who reminded us of this very fantastic topic, that every relevant authority in Urhobo land must work to stop the menace of developmental levies harassing our potential investors, which we termed DEVE. Of course, it has cost us so much pain. I pray that our leaders, our people, will look into this thing and it will become a thing of the past. Then Igbereja Serumu Igberatin, God bless you for this laudable program. Thank you so much, Igbereja. We also appreciate your concern that if our youth are engaged meaningfully through strategic human capital development, of course, it is the truth. You know, the devil, they say the idle mind is the devil's workshop. So if you don't want the youth mind to become the devil's workshop, then engage them. We pray that we'll have people that will engage our people. Owaje Ngozi, my boss, God bless you, sir. I appreciate you. Morning Star Mary Faith, yeah, thank you, sir. Imorako, yeah, for this platform. We are learning every day. Thank you to Mary Faith for being there for us. Thank you for training our women on how to do turban. And I want to use the opportunity to first appeal to our followers who hoped to follow us on Sunday, that the rain was so much and network was so bad, so we couldn't feature it. But this Sunday, by God's grace, we'll be bringing Mary Faith Morning Star up for her to teach our women more of the headwears, the gele, the turban, the what's it called, auto geles, and the rest. Of course, will be there. Iberatin, for Urhobo Nation to move forward economically, we must key into technical vocation. Yes, this is fantastic. I'm sure it escaped our guest for today, Mr. Ubiebi. That was why he didn't mention it. Yes, we must actually key into the technical vocational education training, TVEB, which the state government is piloting. Of course, in those days, not even in those days, there are so many persons today doing well in society who were schooled in Sapele Technical School, there in Sapele. Yes, this is another part of education that we have been looking with, with nonchalant attitude. We think if you go to technical school, you can't be somebody. No, that is wrong. In fact, that's the way to go right now. If you are going to school, if you want to be educated, it is not bad if you stop a while and attend this technical and vocational education in Delta State. It is good. We give it to the governor of Delta State, Senator Attorney Ifeanyi Okowa, who has brought this platform for our youth to be equipped so that they can face the future. The future we see, the future we envisage, will not be visible if we hold fast to our white-collar jobs alone. It's not there anymore. Without the white-collar job, without the brown-collar, without have any kind of collar job anymore. Now it is what you have. And I'll quote our Chief Mrs. Chimete Bello, the progenitor of certificates. Yes, she made us understand that certificate is good, but certificate is better. What do you sabi? Yes, after speaking this whole English and there's no job, what can you do with your bare hand? Let me bring this. When I finished my service in those days and I had a little issues, my pastor, while preaching, told us that we should discover our fallow ground. What does he mean? He said there are things you know you can do with your hands, your skill, that the environment needs. Exchange it for money and you are good to go. From there, I developed my painting skills. And of course, today, that was what built the nozzles for Time Tech Allied Service. For those who know Time Tech, that's what we do today. That same thing that built me is a foundation I want every of Urhobo youth to build on. We should take advantage of the technical vocational education board or school in Delta State. You know, we should take advantage of learning a skill in Delta State. If you must ask your political leader anything, please ask them to fund your training. If you've been trained, ask them to buy you machineries for you to start work. Stop begging for money. Stop denigrating yourself. The reason why they don't take us serious, they don't think we have potential, is because when you call them, I'm hungry, or when we were, it's bad. It's you know, blessed is the hand that giveth. So the Bible said, Bible didn't say blessed is the hand that collected or receiveth. No, it said blessed is the hand that that giveth, and the one that receiveth. So for us to receive, please let us ask wisely. Let us ask what will add flavor to our life. And with this, I want to appreciate everybody who has followed us, those who have commented, those who have shared, those who have been watching. And we want to appeal too that if you have been watching this program on this very platform, please do well to share it. Please share it for us because we can't do it alone. Like it, follow us on our Facebook, follow us on our Instagram pages, follow us on our YouTube channels. There are a lot we can do as a people to take us to our desired place. Before we go, let us end our evening with a very beautiful song that I love so much. Please, if there's any song, music you want us to play, tell us. In our programs like this, we will play it. If you have a business you want to be advertised, please inform us. We'll advertise it for you. Thank you.
It's all over. Ono mewo pa ave boy bwine urobo nyere ukokori bedi bede buru beje ngode na wokebe uneri to anware to bawori yapo ba me ka sona ye oruna umugogo igbere oruna oruna nene umugogo igbere oruna 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 egbo nenu umugogo igbere oruna aridori nenu umugogo igbere oruna Komava Ijaja we komo Ebi jaja we komo Amma worio neka aja ibroba Alodu mi yori kwere Unwe mi oba me mieva Ogba aye na zodu koko no ikweve Ozodu koko no ikweve Obale ni ara ki kwebu gwa meme ni obole orugbe mo kwere ado igbe Ijaja we komo Eni o Ijaja we komo ado igbe Amma worio neka aja ibroba Alodu mi yori kwere ado ino Iwe mi oba me mieva Ogba aye na zodu koko no ikweve ado igbe Ozodu koko no ikweve Obode ebe ki pebu kagba meme abule oshon me odo
Ocho yo wa abotu eni ebe ki pebu meni ofo wode won ya obo wode pisikuru wode we ma abebu onwe pe kisi wewe wo kan ino nila obore emege na tai na na be dabe se na abayi ni ra obo wa lu ti ri se mu wa mi go mle ye wo woga logbe o to ki o sege si politics wo yari go wo di moto kewe yari go ako oko wo ko you know ohun ya o yari go ako wo de ikopa ko wo ohun ya sele o sa gero ma we de ku we onuboro tare abeke sie ugbo na o me na mo ne na kede itali bu no kete ta amle defa pado